everybody, Johnny Lazer here, and today we're going to do tumblers. Now, this is an easy tumbler. It's a round Yeti, 20 ounce, no handle, black, with stainless steel on the inside. And all we're going to do is we're going to put a name on center of the Yeti in one spot. And then we're going to put a different name in the same spot. Stick around. Alrighty, right here at the top, I use from the material list 20 ounce black stainless steel coffee tumbler for laser engraving. I'm going to use the settings that it provides, and the name we're using here, Mina. Now, we set this to the chuck rotary attachment up here. I've measured the top diameter of the cup at 2.82. Now when I click on here, I can also get the perimeter or circumference at 8.854. And I draw a rectangle 8.854 high, or yeah, high, and my length from the top of the Yeti symbol to the top of the jaw is 3.5 inches. Switch that back to parameter. Now I've also gone ahead. Oh, the original rectangle, that's the entire cup, I click ignored. I made another rectangle here. This is going to offset the name from the top, and that's what I'm going to use for centering. Now I click ignore on that as well. So I type in the name I'm going to use, Mina. We'll zoom in here. Centers automatically. Now I'm using this bottom of the rectangle as the top of the lettering. I just move it up. There we go. It clicks in and it's on center. Now for the first part, I'm going to score it. And first off, let us frame it in, and then we'll engrave it. Okay, gonna frame it in. Make sure it's in the correct spot. Alright, looks good. Now I'm going to just score it first. And off we go. Check it out. Very nice. Now we're going to engrave it. Alright. Now, while it's still in this machine on center, I'm not touching nothing. I grab a magnifying glass so I can look and see and make sure. Oh yeah, that looks good. All right, that was the easy part. Now we have to do the second cup in the same spot. So we're going to move this away. Take this out. Very nice. I'll just clean it up with a little bit of alcohol and wipe it down. And that's all I need to do. Came out very nice. Now, we have to get the second one in the same position. So, we take our second cup. We're going to use the Yeti as in the center of the Yeti. So let's put that in. Make sure it's to the front of the jaw. All three jaws are to the front. Tighten up one hole and snug up the other two. This way I know the cup doesn't move. Alright. I put my little laser accessory in. Oh, it moved a little. Alrighty, got it centered. I'm going to center it to there, center of the Yeti symbol here. Now, the only difference is now when I pick up the top, it'll transfer into my program. So let's pick up the top. Alright, I'm going to save this program as Mina. Now, the next cup is going to be Pierre. So I'm going to also save this entire thing as Pierre. I'm going to double check on all the spellings that I was given, so I know I'm correct. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the top, and once I pick up the top, it's going to transfer that center into the new center into my program. Alright, now I'm going to move my laser pointer to the front of the jaw. That's my pickup. There we go. I'm going to leave it there and remove the accessory. Alright, I'm going to save this program as Mina. Now, the next cup is going to be Pierre. So I'm going to also save this entire thing as Pierre. I'm going to double check on all the spellings that I was given, so I know I'm correct. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the top, and once I pick up the top, it's going to transfer that center into the new center into my program. Alright, now I'm going to move my laser pointer to the front of the jaw. That's my pickup. There we go. I'm going to leave it there and remove the accessory. Now, my center is off here a bit, so I'm going to move all of this to my dot here. There we go. All centered in. Now, there's my the little rectangle I had put in earlier. The new center line's been transferred over. I'm going to change the name. And to make sure it's centered, up, clicks right on center, and there we go. Easy as pie. I'm going to frame it in. Excellent. And now I'm going to first score it. Check it out. Looks very nice. Now, I am going to click over and I'm going to click engrave and I'm going to engrave it. And off it goes. All right. Excellent. All right, so now we'll move this back. And there we have Pierre, right above the Yeti symbol. And if we did it correctly, this should be in the same spot as the other cup. I'll just wipe this off with a little bit of alcohol, and we'll go have a look at it. Okay, well, that was tumblers made easy. Just basically 20-ounce tumblers. Set up the program the circumference, they were all the same. I made that secondary box so I had a place to put the letters on to guide it from the top, and using the Yeti symbol at the bottom was my center. When you're doing tumblers and you have to do more than one, or when you're just doing one, always look onto the what you can use for centering. For example, handles, when you take the handle off, or if you have to leave the handle on, you can use the center of the handle if it's small enough as a center point. The lip along the top, that could be your top point. You can measure down how far you want to go, and that's where you can place all your stuff. It's about using what's there. Now, because I did 10 the same, and I just used the last two, but I did 10 of them the same. Oh, sorry, 9 the same. The first one, the lettering was bigger because it was the best man. He had to be special. Okay, I had 10 to do, not 2. I was just showing the last 2. So all I was doing was swapping out cups, but each time I was using the top of the jaw, the very bottom of the jaw, front, as my pickup for everything downwards, and the center of the Yeti. All right. So every time I put the cup, I took a cup out, I put a cup in, I would make it horizontal with my centering tool accessory. Has a little green laser on it. So picking up the center, rotating to the center of the Yeti symbol, and then I would pick up. Once you pick up the top, all that line gets transferred onto the computer screen. All right, you have to do that every time. If you don't, you might be out of line. All right, so that's a big thing to do. Every time you do a cup, so we put the cup in all the way to the end. Green tool accessory, make it horizontal. I use the Yeti symbol to pick up the center of where I want it to be. Pick up the top, transfers that green line into your program. Then I moved the head all the way back to the front of the jaw. Now I know I can highlight the whole program with the name and everything and move it to that point, and it'll be perfect every time. All right. The only time you have to worry about is when you change the name. If you change the name and it's something longer, you might have to highlight the name and move it till you get the clicking where it centers itself, and then move it to the top of the secondary rectangle that you had set as a boundary. Now remember to take the 2 boundaries and click ignore on them. You don't want to engrave those. All right. And always frame, because if you make a mistake, you'll see it in the frame. Because once you start engraving, I had 10 cups. I had no spares. I could not make a mistake. Now the settings I used, I'll put them on the video. You'll probably see them already earlier. But all I did for the settings was I went onto the xtool website where you get your settings, and I clicked on 20-ounce black stainless steel coffee mug, and I used those settings. And boom, off she went. No lines in the in engraving, absolutely perfect. Spritz of alcohol, wipe it off. Also, alcohol at the beginning. Wipe the whole thing clean. Try not to touch it after the engraving area when you put it into the jaws. You don't want to get any oils from your hands onto it. And that's about it. It's very easy. You just have to common sense, step by step. Okay? I hope this helps a lot of people. I hope this alleviates a lot of things. I'm going to be getting some Stanley cups, well, Stanley or Yeti, whatever, but something with a handle on it. I'm even thinking a beer mug where I cannot remove the handle, because I want to see, can I place the handle in a certain position and rotate before or after that without hitting the handle. So in case I have to, you know, I have a beer mug, for example. Where is it? Here it is. I've done one already. Here's a beer mug I did. And it has a nice big handle on here. So I'm going to put this in where I can rotate it so that it doesn't hit the handle. So I only want the box certain rotation. I don't want it to rotate all the way around is what I'm saying, or hit the bottom. So I'm going to try to figure that out, and hopefully when I do, I'll pass that knowledge on to you so we can all do mugs. Now we might have to do two sides different, but hey, it shouldn't be too hard. We'll figure it out. Together we can figure out anything. Alrighty. So I hope this helps. I know it was quick, it was easy, it was fast, but that's what it is. Very easy and very fast. Till next time, Johnny Lazer. Happy lasering.
That's right.